So pre-workout, that's great. Sea salt and honey.
Like how do you ingest sea salt?
Take a tablespoon of sea salt.
Yeah.
Literally take it.
Oh, no, dude. I'm not doing that, dude.
Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody. Net Positive. What's up? Got a guest in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
They're over there being quiet.
He's gonna sit quietly.
Yeah, he's gonna sit quietly. I'm stoked.
Yeah,
I'm hyped. He just obviously just left.
Yeah,
and I'm on 10.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get my life together.
Yeah, I'm gonna run through a wall.
Let's go
as soon as we're done.
Warren Zeiders came through, unbelievably inspiring.
Great chat,
hilarious, great chat. I would say top 5, and I don't know how this is gonna be received, but top 5 hottest guests.
Yes, and we don't have to name the other 4, but he's on the board.
I would say he's top 3. Let's just do guys.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get into judging. I mean, comedic Cody. Remember him?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Good looking guy.
Corey
Asbury.
Now it gets
Matt
tough.
Rife.
Now it's getting tough.
Trey Kennedy's a good looking guy. Sure. And that's, people are going to say I'm saying that because I look like him.
You look like, right.
No, that's our top 5, I think. I mean, you volunteered Corey Asbury. That's the first thing out of your brain, dude. Corey Asbury.
Scott Stapp, if you're into an older gentleman.
All right, we got Scott Stapp, Corey Asbury, comedic Cody, Warren Zeiders, Matt Rife.
Strong.
That is a hot guy lineup. And somebody's going to make a piece of artwork about that. It's going to be
We just have a running top 5 list in the background.
Only guys, though. Only guys.
Yeah.
That's a hot lineup.
I don't want to leave anybody out.
Yeah.
I'm doing a quick scroll. Aaron Weber. Hey.
Yeah. Good looking guy. All right, let's not scroll everybody, dude. Good looking guy. I'll do the I'll run the tour dates and you look through and see if you have any honorable mentions.
Deal.
We're going to Branson this weekend, followed by Kansas City and St. Louis. I believe those might all sold out. Might have secondary market tickets. Myrtle Beach, Lynchburg, 2 shows. Cincinnati, Grand Junction, Salt Lake City, 2 shows. Somebody told me that Mormons don't come on Sundays because the Saturday night's sold out.
Oh.
And then the Sunday show, they're like, this is because Mormons don't. I was like, is that true?
So you can bring out all the Mormon jokes on Sunday. That's what that means.
Yeah, for sure. That's at the end of March. And then in April, we're going to Omaha, Wichita, Tulsa, Sacramento, Fresno, San Diego, Fort Myers, Tampa, 2 shows, Pensacola. And then the May, ending the tour, Sarasota, Charlotte, Richmond, Oklahoma City, Shreveport, and Hattiesburg, Mississippi. 2 shows down there, baby. Anybody else you got to add?
We got David Crowder.
Okay, dude. Yeah, I'm saying these people are not advertising on their hotness.
John Deloney. It's a good looking guy.
The
older crowd.
Clean shave.
All right, this is
about all I got.
All right, we got to go all the way back to the beginning. But put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Who are the hottest guys we've had on the pod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only men can answer.
Yeah. Yeah. Warren Zeiders, very attractive man. Very attractive man. Yep. I'll say that. But the comment was hilarious.
Yeah, it was a bit awkward with that 4-minute stint when you and I just stared at him. Yeah. And it was dead quiet. That was a little awkward, but otherwise.
Well, I feel like I referenced him taking his shirt off too many times because I had another joke about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I already.
It seemed like you were trying to get him to do it.
No.
I was trying to get him to do it.
How did that come up? He said he rips his shirt off. You brought it up.
Yeah,
too.
look at
all of us defending yourself. It wasn't me.
It was me.
He says he at the end of a show he rips his shirt off.
Yeah.
And I said, whoa, when? Mm-hmm. So you know.
And I said, show us.
Also, yeah, you said show it.
Who said that?
Also, his show is coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing my girlfriend to that.
No way. No, that's like going to an Usher show with people. Like,
dude.
You're leaving alone.
She's like, we're sitting up front. Like, no, we're not.
No.
I'm sitting there pouting the whole time. I hate this guy.
Yeah, it's all right, I guess. If you like that sort of
It's all right. It's not really that funny. It's not really that good.
Yeah.
It's
not really. I mean, it's not really for me.
I'm not bringing my girlfriend to that. Wait, we probably will go.
I would love to go, yeah.
We probably will go.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Tickets go down there. This week's episode brought to you by Mando.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I put a question mark on it, but there's no question that they have great products. Boom, dude. Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Get into it, baby. I got the whole Mando pack, and you just said right before. I mean, I love when we start ads and then I see it on TV.
Yes.
I love it because I always be like, Lydia, that's we do their ads.
Yep. And I'm going to be honest. I put Mando to the test last week.
Yeah.
I was in grind mode.
Locked
I was
in.
going.
locked in.
I wasn't really in a situation where like I was really taking care of my hygiene as well as I probably wished that I was.
Yep.
But
Mando.
I was wearing Mando.
What did you talk about deodorant?
Oh yeah, deodorant. And what that did for me was I would go 12, 14, 16 hours, no shower, and I'd check myself, give myself a
Yeah. You good to go?
good to go. Bro. It felt good. It felt good knowing that I could be confident that I didn't smell bad.
Yeah.
Even after that long a day.
Great example.
Really good.
We were on a flight. And then Lydia was like, that person smells
Yeah.
bad.
You can't be that guy.
Do people not know, do you think?
No, not if you
or
just
if you're
get
used to
accustomed
your
it.
own smell.
Yeah, you get used to it.
She was like, it's that person.
Yeah.
And she told me the easiest way to describe it, the origin of, and I go, really? She goes, yeah, that's what that is. And I go,
Wait, what do you mean?
no, we'll talk about it later. Yeah,
Okay.
just
I was
That's an off-camera thing?
yeah, that's an off-camera
All
thing. But I go, you know how like if somebody you can like slip them a mint.
Yeah.
I wish I could be like I had some Mando in my bag. I wish I'd be like, but that's wild.
That's a tough one.
You can't slip someone some deodorant.
I don't know. I mean,
You can a piece of gum.
I like it when people slip me a piece of gum. Anytime that's happened to me, I
Yeah.
do appreciate it. So I think
Yeah.
I would appreciate it too if somebody was like, yo, go to
Hey,
the bathroom, put this
The
on.
cameras and lights coming around the corner.
Go-
Like,
yeah. Going forward, if somebody says you want a piece of gum, you do.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, you want a piece of gum. That's what it
You
is.
want a piece of gum. Yeah. Hey, do you want a piece of gum? No. Hey, do you want a piece? Yeah, dude. Yeah,
You
yeah,
want a
yeah.
piece of gum. Yeah.
Shout out Mando, dude. Do they have any copy we need to read, or we just tell our own stories?
I mean, I think we just did a great
Oh,
job.
yeah. No, it's, oh no, here we go. Mando starter pack, because sometimes it says talk about your own
sure.
experiences.
Yeah, I think we checked all the
Mando
boxes.
starter pack is perfect. No coffee, dude. That's wild.
Right to it.
Where should they get it? They'll figure it out. That's very confident in your product.
Google it.
Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, which is what we got. Cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code NETPOSITIVE at shopmando.com, shopmando.com, and hit the link in the episode, or hit the link in the episode description. Support the show. Tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando, baby. I wonder if they chose to rhyme that.
I like that
Head
rhyme.
to toe with Mando.
It's a good rhyme.
Yeah. I'll
Solid.
tell you when I needed some deodorant, because when you need deodorant is when you're stressed.
Yeah.
Your maximum stress. You got a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah.
And sure enough, last night I had a booking at the old Zany's Comedy Club. Show's called Hot Fudge Sundays.
Oh, that's right. That was last night.
Yeah, at Hot Fudge Sundays, there'd be a black show.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes it's called Chocolate Sundays. I think they switched it up.
Yeah, because you're the vanilla ice cream in that
Yeah,
scenario.
I water it down a little bit. Yeah, it's chocolate, but there's always, as long as it's big in LA and New York.
Yeah.
But it's as long as I've known about comedy, I've known about Chocolate Sundays.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Chocolate Sunday, and
How'd it go?
And it was awesome.
Nice.
I was terrified.
Yeah.
First of all, I walked in. I was wearing these. I wore these because I was gonna make a "They Not Like Us" reference. I go, I'm a little Kendrick Lamar up here. I go, "They Not Like Us," and I was dap up a black guy. I go, "They Not Like Us."
Nice.
And that they thought that was hilarious.
That's a good move.
But I walked in the green room, and they go, and
Well,
black.
sure.
No, hold on, no.
You're like, so they come in and they're loud.
Yeah, they are loud. No, but they were all. First of all, I've never seen these comics before.
Because the lights weren't. Oh,
No,
sorry. I don't know where you're at.
I've never
Yeah,
seen
sorry.
them. I was
I'm
like,
trying to find
they're all from Nashville.
Yeah.
I go, well, come down here more.
Okay.
Or I belly button the one, the guy that he was. I know him. He's the one that booked me on the show.
He runs it.
Yeah, he's like, dude, you'll do great.
Awesome.
So I come down there, and then they go, I go to the lineup, and then I go, John, Chris, and then they heard me talk. I didn't say anything, which was uncharacteristic of me. I didn't say anything, and then the girl goes, oh, I thought you were light skinned, which
Tire pump.
let's go. Yeah, dude. She goes, oh, I thought you were light skinned.
You immediately just started. I might be.
I'm like Trevor Wallace.
Yeah.
Which, what does that mean? She thought I was kind of black.
Yeah, she thought you had some in you.
But why?
I don't know.
So I didn't say anything. My outfit,
Maybe.
my haircut,
Maybe. The beard?
She goes, "Oh, I thought you were just light skinned," and I was like, "Oh, I'm good."
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
though.
it's like when a black guy compliments your shoes at the airport.
Yeah.
You're set. And then I go, they were doing up the how much time's everybody doing, and I thought he said 35 to 40, and I go, wait. I go, how long am I doing? He goes 10. I go, oh, I thought you said 35 to 40 because I don't have chocolate sundae 35 to 40.
Yeah.
I got chocolate sundae 10. I got 10. And then everybody started laughing. They go, we like this guy.
Yeah.
Because I go, hey.
Most of my catalog.
All due respect.
Yeah.
I got chocolate sundae 10. If 10.
Sounds like a coupon code.
Yeah.
Chocolate Sunday 10.
I if I'm doing 35 to 40, I'm going to have to go back home and look at my notes.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
I was prepared.
Bump me because
I
need some time.
No, if you're nervous, actually, you bump forward.
So you get it over with? You
Yeah, no, because you have less pressure.
Oh, cool.
If you
nice.
go, hey, bump me, can you bump me up?
Nice.
That means you're scared.
Yeah. So yeah,
in the
I got
comedy room. Yeah.
Tight 10 and then 30 minutes of crowd work.
Yeah, and crowd work that if it starts to go bad.
I was going to say, would you like to say yes to that? I feel like that's a relatively high risk show.
Very high risk.
I feel like it's either it goes really well or it goes very
And that's
bad.
how I've done them before.
Yeah.
And it either goes unbelievable, they'll take you to new heights you ever never been to, or it'll go horrifically. And one of them was horrific. Yeah. Because black crowds, they don't, like white crowds are just like, they'll just support you. Black crowds will shut you down, dude. If they don't like you, their body language, they'll get up and leave. They just go, I'm done with this. And white crowds will just sit through it and kind of like pity laugh. But if they like you, they'll stand up, they'll run out, they'll no, laughter in a white crowd is just and then it'll stop.
Yep.
They'll just keep. It's. I'm telling you, they'll take you to new heights.
Nice.
So I came out and said, this is the DEI portion of the show, up top, and everybody started laughing.
Perfect.
So they're like, all right, this guy knows.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Great.
I didn't try to be like, what's up, or like I don't know what I didn't try to be. I try to be like, hey, this is not my demographic.
Came out
either.
with a black and mild.
Yeah.
Like,
they were like, no. Yeah. Why are you wearing that? No.
Yeah.
And then I said, I got a joke about my mom supporting like Christian themed businesses. Like she works with like businesses that are Christian. I go, all right. I always wanted to ask black people this, which they always thought was funny.
They all sat up in their chairs.
Yeah.
Like,
I go,
we're listening.
I go, hey, we're not doing comedy right now. I just gotta.
Now's my chance.
This is an open forum.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever, like, I know y'all used to be like, support black business. Have y'all ever seen a black business that you're like, nah, and everybody's dying, dude. Everybody's dying. I go, I knew it, bro. Yeah. I knew it. Because we all have to act like, sometimes I feel like if somebody on the street says, do you like this comedian? I say, I'm a comedian. I go, oh yeah, good choice. Like, but privately,
yeah,
I'll be like, the comedian's trash.
Yep.
But every time in public, I'll be like, oh, you like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're just being diplomatic.
Yes.
Yeah.
I go, but so publicly, you have to be like, support black business, but privately, I go, yeah, you see, and you go, no, not this black business.
Yeah.
And everybody was dying.
Yeah.
Everybody was, and then I was
That's
set.
their 9th business.
Yeah. They go, no black business. Everyone thought that was hilarious. And I had a list. I think I still have it in my pocket. I was going to do this.
Of black businesses you don't support?
No, this is my set list.
Okay.
I didn't do it because I run out of time because all my jokes were working.
Nice.
I was going to go, hey, we did this on the pod.
Yeah, go.
I go, hey.
Oh, no.
I got 10 jobs here. Like, would you prefer white or black?
Sure.
Let's just.
Sure.
Like, because I go like, musician. Black. I'm saying you don't know anything else. Just in general.
Yep.
And this is 3 white guys doing this. So
yeah, I was going to say,
really
this is a different format.
But I go, Uber driver. And we're not going to, but I go, let's just discuss together. And I go, waitress, accountant, cook, which you'd obviously go black, home repair, cop. You guys keep the camera on me if you want. And preacher. And I said, well, let's just like.
I think black guys might win. Or black people might
There's
win.
more blacks there than whites, you're saying?
I think so.
You think so?
I think there is too.
Yeah, and
I think so.
I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
To if now you can't bring this out if they don't like you already.
No.
I had that in my pocket.
Yeah.
I was right at about 11 minutes in, and I go, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't pull this out.
That's good, though.
It's a good segment.
Good.
You could do that with men and women, too. You could do
Be
that with a lot
honest.
of
Be
stuff.
honest. Be honest.
Yeah.
I'll be like, be honest.
Yeah.
Because if you have like a rapport, like let's all discuss all discuss this together. It would be hilarious.
We should do it with every time we have a guest. We should do it with whatever they are. So a woman, we do male or female. What would you rather
good.
for that?
What would you rather? Oh, that's a great idea.
Like we had Breland on. We should have done like
What would you
white
rather?
or black
yeah.
for this. Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we? Yeah. It's our new podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that.
We got a white and black scoreboard now. We can keep score.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
great
right. Oh,
idea.
yeah,
Let's
nice.
divide it up. I go, what do y'all think about Trump? And they weren't into it.
They weren't for it.
But I thought they were.
I mean, there were more this year for it than last time.
Yeah, I go, what do you think about
But-
Trump? They go, and the one guy in the corner goes, nope. And I go, noted. And I go,
You just went,
and,
fair enough. Moving on.
and I go, and you haven't said anything all night, so I feel like I'm gonna do what you say.
I'm gonna let you.
It was great, dude. I had a good time. It's just like going down there because like we did like Brad Paisley's Christmas, whatever. I was like, yeah, going down there for like whatever night. I was like, dude, I like it when it's gonna be all. Racially or like it's all women's whatever. Like go down there for see if your stuff works in the other.
Yeah, it's a fun challenge.
It's awesome, dude. I had a good time. I told him I want to come back for the next one.
That's awesome.
It was great, dude. And we didn't talk about any topics related to that in this episode of the pod.
Yeah, you won't hear any of that.
Yeah.
That's all of
But
it.
Warren, we have some of his. I told him this. We have some of his songs on our pre-show playlist. If
Love
you've
it.
been to our live show, you've heard some of his songs.
Yep.
Cards Have Been Dealt, I believe, is the song from the Twister soundtrack.
What a story, dude.
I didn't know any of it.
Just came in and decided like, yeah, I'm just gonna pop off right quick on my
Yeah.
second song I've ever written. Like what?
It's so inspiring. If you're listening to this podcast, you're like, dude, you're gonna leave a better person.
I really like the idea of like his hype talk that he did here is going to make its way into his hype talk playlist that he listens to when he works out.
Yeah.
I
It's
love
like,
the
that's
idea
just
of that.
you're gonna listen to the David Goggins. I'm like, wait, is it Warren Zeiders?
Yeah.
We got a new. We also got a new piece of furniture.
Yeah.
Right behind me up there is a porta potty,
Yeah.
which it was sent in by Bob and Joe. These two people.
Hello.
And listen, I got some of the other notes are at my house.
Okay.
And I got a lot of the stuff is on my coffee table at my house.
Nice.
Because it's some of it is so fragile, and I feel like people spent so much time artistically that opening this up and closing it is gonna
Stuff moves around in here.
gonna
We don't
break.
want to break it.
Somebody said when you threw out Honest John's and Alex said it sounded like a porta potty company, you made us laugh out loud.
I think Easton said that. I think that
Who
was
gets credit for that?
I don't remember.
I think you
say a
said
lot
it.
of stuff I don't remember.
Yeah.
what I said.
Still at the top of your pyramid superfan list, Bob and Joe. I think they came to all weekend of shows once.
Oh wow.
In Texas, they just followed us around.
Trifecta.
Shout out! I got to get them on the show.
That's awesome.
They came to the whole. I think they came to all weekend.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite ones we've gotten.
Yeah,
It's creative.
that's a good one. That's a great one.
And
we got a bunch
recent, timely too.
Yeah,
very
Got that here
timely.
quick.
Yeah.
made that quick. And there's you could tell that there's a personal ad, or they did. It's not just they didn't buy it.
Yeah, they made that.
Like this like let's say a lemon.
Mm-hmm.
Great joke would rank lower.
yeah.
Because you just bought it from and you sent it in.
You just
There's
drop
no
shipped
personal
us some
touch
lemons.
on it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's unbelievable. That guy made the 3D of Nashville. He did that himself.
Yeah. Or the bat at the center right there in the middle.
Yeah, great. Oh
That
yeah,
one?
the bat. It's unbelievable.
Love
Can't
that.
bat 1,000.
Can't bat 1,000.
I would say I told you this after he left 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
This is what podcasting is.
Yes.
This is what podcasting is. See, it's
Say
where you're
why.
like, oh, that guy, and then you go, I love that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the more like it's like I say it's like you're pulling back the curtain on his personality.
Yeah.
Like in his artistry and stuff, like you get like him being a musician here, you get him being a person.
Yeah.
He's being a human.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's awesome when you're a great human like he is.
Yeah, I was distracted by his beauty.
Yes. all of
Nah,
us
I was
were.
chill. I was
Yeah.
chill, super chill.
I wasn't imagining him with his shirt off.
Yeah, me
at
neither,
all.
me neither.
Yeah.
You can go, yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny that we guessed what he was going to come in looking like.
Yeah.
Then I nailed it.
You did.
I said hat with hair up. You can't go hair down with 3 dudes on a
To be
pod.
fair, he came in with it down and then he put it up.
John probably FaceTimed him this morning. Was like,
No,
hey, bro,
I
what
didn't
are you
do it.
wearing,
I didn't
bro?
do it.
You
Yeah,
did dap him
yeah.
up first when he came in. Did you say, "Hey, put your hair up real quick"?
Oh yeah, I whispered it into his ear.
Yeah.
Warren Zeiders, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We are on. Dude, we're couched up. No, we got seats now.
Yeah.
We got the new set.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, Warren Zeiders is here. Everybody,
man, come
welcome
on.
aboard. You don't got to clap for yourself. Let me read a bio for you, and you tell me if this is inaccurate or not. A CMT award winner.
Okay,
Is that correct?
correct. You're welcome.
You've had a double platinum and a number one. Mm-hmm. 2 billion streams on where? Spotify?
I think all around.
All around? Yep. Oh, my bad. Publicist is
sorry.
yelling 3, dude. And we're already
3 billion.
See,
Okay.
we're already wrong. Yeah.
Nice.
And no, it's my fault. 3.5. 3.5.
That's news to
And
me.
that didn't come from you, by the way. That came from your publicist
That's
off
why
screen.
she's here. Yeah, so he doesn't have to say that.
Yep.
3 million followers on TikTok.
Yep.
Album Relapse, Lies, and Betrayal comes out March 14th.
And we can clap it up again.
Yeah, clap it up for that.
That's huge.
And also not said by you on the way in here, awarded People's Sexiest Man Alive.
I wear it with pride, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
And this is when everybody listening on Spotify now clicks over to watch on YouTube. Dude. Welcome in, brother. Good to see you.
Appreciate you having me.
Oh, yeah. It's and well, we got a lot to discuss. We just did a show at Shippensburg.
Okay.
You know that theater in there?
I'm very familiar. My sister went to college
Yeah,
there.
because I saw your thing about you paying for your sister's student loans.
You know what's funny? She was wearing her Shippensburg t-shirt,
Yeah.
and we didn't even realize that until
Really?
after I posted it.
Shout out.
And then we were like watching it back, and then my mom was like, I didn't even realize she was wearing her Shippensburg shirt. I'm like, it's like I planned it.
Yeah, like this is an ad. Yeah. But who went there? Your sister?
Sister did, and then my dad went for 2 years and then dropped out. So me and my dad are both college dropouts.
Yeah, but see, college dropout can go either way. You're either Mark Zuckerberg college dropout or meth addict college dropout.
3.5 billion streams. You're leaning more towards Zuck for sure.
Wait, do you think that's true? If you drop out of college, it's either gonna be unbelievable.
There's no middle ground. That's what you're saying?
On a college dropout.
Yeah.
I feel like that's true. I
Yeah.
feel like it's
Wow, I never thought about that. If you drop out of college, you either believe in yourself so much, or you believe in yourself zero. Dude.
Well, I mean, I was just catching up with my homie last night. We try to talk as much as we can, but he's been my friend since 5th, 6th grade.
Yeah.
He's from back home, and we still talk about how much he gave me a hard time about
For leaving?
saying like, don't drop out. Like it's a mistake. It's a mistake. And
Yeah.
I bet it all on black, man.
Let's go, dude. Let's go. How far did you get in?
Dude, I was in my senior year.
Dude, what? You should have just finished.
No. Hey, Alex, no. Don't listen to
do you
this.
mean?
No, that now it's a sign.
You did all the hard part.
Yeah.
Well,
That'd be like if you stopped music right now and you're like, yeah, I mean, I just kind of almost.
You're already there. You got to the top.
I wasn't. So the reality was I went to school for 2 years to go play college lacrosse. That got cut short for me.
Yeah.
I had 2 concussions my freshman year of college, 7 across the board for playing for 12 years.
Yikes. Lacrosse?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that full contact.
It's ice hockey without the skates.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought lacrosse. Yeah, I didn't know it was a full contact like that.
Oh,
7 concussions?
Yeah, I have 7 to account for it.
Yeah, it's like a NASCAR driver. And when were you singing for the whole time?
No. That's the thing about my story is that I wasn't in church singing, I wasn't in a band, I wasn't playing local dive bars. Like
You didn't.
I was the kid that kind of knew how to play guitar because I took some lessons.
Yeah.
And I was the dude who would sing around the bonfire for friends and family. That's it.
What were you playing? Garth Brooks?
I mean, sure. I mean, Garth, anybody. I mean,
If you bring out a guitar to go at a bonfire, I think you got to go Friends in Low Places.
that's a great one. I was just the jukebox. It was pretty much whatever friends and family were requesting at the time.
That guy usually doesn't make it though.
The
I feel like
guitar
that guy
and that
usually
guy.
goes more towards the opposite of the Zuckerberg side of the spectrum.
100%. But the thing about my story is that, give up lacrosse. I had to kind of a come to Jesus moment. It was just like, this is not for me anymore. I can't afford another concussion. Like, I'm not going pro. This is not my path that I want to take.
Yeah.
So fast forward, transfer schools, and COVID hits. So,
Oh, yeah, also that. Yeah.
and then I'm a huge extrovert, and I was going crazy, just being stuck in my house. So I was just like, I'm going to hop on social media and just start posting videos of me singing for fun,
That's the way to do it.
not to pursue a career.
Yeah, just to
And
do it.
It was
Yeah.
just a fun thing to pass the time, and people fell in love with covers. And then they're like, we want originals. And I was like, I'm not a writer. I'm not even telling you as I'm an artist. So took to that. So yes, I was in my senior year, but that was the window when things were compounding so fast and record labels reaching out, publisher, like it was happening so quick. And I was like, I'm not wasting my time with school anymore. I'm going all in.
Not wasting my time with school.
Yeah.
I'm out, Mom.
Yep.
I think that's the way to do it. Like in like maybe like comedy or even like NASCAR or something like that, where you go, my dad, my granddad, my great granddad was a driver. They all did it. Or William Byron, for example, he was like, I just learned on like iRacing. Yeah. And this is the same as like dropping out of college. You can be one or the other. You either got to be like, dude, all my family is country. So my dad, my granddad, we growing up, they all play Hank Williams Jr. Or because I think stuck in the middle ground of like, I kind of maybe you just need maybe a fresh new perspective. I don't even know what's going on here. Like you don't know what the rules are to break. So you're just like, this is what I'm doing.
That's a good perspective. I mean, that's exactly what
comedy's the same. Yeah.
You're saying like either you come from a long line of it where it's in your blood or it's the
and you got a leg up or I never heard of any of this. You go, I didn't know I was supposed to do 5 years in bars.
Yeah.
I just thought this was cool. And now we went on a theater tour.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you gotta, you go, not me. We had a little gamble before you came in here.
Okay.
I'm going to read this to you because we all bet. So we obviously did a bunch of research on your socials. We all bet what you would be coming in here dressed like.
Okay.
So he's got, for the listeners, he's got boots, jeans, a t-shirt, necklace, a hat, and hair up. Easton goes hair down, no hat, chain, boots because he has a deal with them. You got a deal with that boot?
I do not.
No deal.
And I should.
Hair down, no hat. So Easton, you're not even close.
I got the
chain.
I got the
He does
chain
have a
and the
chain.
boots. I got the chain and the boots. Let's calm down.
Alex said hat, hair down, bracelet, designer boots.
I thought rings too. I thought you'd have at least
Well,
3
I
rings
normally
on.
do, but since I'm wearing the watch today, I just went simplicity and just wore the watch.
I respect that.
Okay.
He's like, not too many rings on a pod. They might tip him off. I went hair back, hat,
Okay.
belt buckle.
I know I went no belt today.
No,
Normally I would be.
Sorry, ladies.
We only
And-
said that so we could see the abs. That's what that was.
and athletic shoes.
Yeah.
I think you might have gotten Alex gets it.
Closest?
Yeah, you got the closest.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's a toss up because
Yeah.
normally I'm cowboyed up when it comes to like showtime and stuff.
Yeah.
But normally for this kind of appearance, I normally am in, a pair of New Balances.
What kind of appearance?
Well, just like this is
I'm just joking with you.
this is low key.
Normally for something like this.
This
Whoa.
is low key. You know what I mean?
I'm just joking with you. I'm just joking. And you got
What you trying to say?
Yeah. What? Yeah. And we for those unfamiliar. And by the way, we have we've been on tour since the fall, and we have one of your songs on our Cards I've Been Dealt is on our playlist.
Okay, yeah.
Our pre-show playlist,
Hell yeah, man.
which is on the Twister soundtrack, correct?
Yep. Which is super surreal to say.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to read. This is the artists that are similar to you.
Okay.
Okay. So you look
Based
up
on what?
Google.
Google.
So
okay.
you look up your
Okay.
name. These ones are also listed as if you like him, you like them.
And this is what are you? Is it
I don't want to put you in a tight spot here, but I'm going to say you're going out. Let's say you're going out on tour.
Okay.
You are the feature comedian. No, you're the feature artist. You got to have a headliner and an opener.
So I'm the in-betweener.
Yeah, you're the in-betweener. Okay. This is a hypothetical tour.
Okay.
So you got to choose one of these guys to close.
I already don't like it because I'm not headlining.
Yeah, dude. I like that. Okay, you can headline.
There we
The
go.
Two guys to open for you. I got Bailey Zimmerman, Riley Green, Co Wetzel, Parker McCullum, Morgan Wallen, Tucker Wetmore, and Zach Top. How about you? We'll figure out the lineup later.
Yeah.
Who are the two guys are coming out with you?
Well, it's hard not to say bringing out Morgan.
Yeah, you can sell some tickets.
Yeah. I mean, just
Yeah.
a few.
You can sell some tickets.
Yeah.
But just for like vibe's sake and music and energy and stuff, I feel like a me, Co Wetzel, and Morgan lineup would be pretty hard.
I don't know Co. I've heard a lot
It's a
about
strong
him.
lineup.
Yeah, that's it. You gotta go get out to that show. What's a live show like these days?
My live show?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's honestly, if you've never been to a show and you check me out on socials and stuff and you listen to the music, it's a little bit unexpected, because people may think it's more traditional, kind of a country concert, but it's not. You know, my show is very much so an experience, and it's very heavy rock influenced. It's high octane. It's, yeah, I mean, you don't know when the shirt's coming off. You don't know when the cowboy hat's coming off.
And I've said that several times.
And I'm headbanging and the hair's everywhere.
Yeah. And you don't know when the shirt's coming off.
No.
But is it?
Depends on how loud the crowd gets, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Every time?
If the crowd's loud enough.
Yeah, the crowd has loud as, yeah. The Bert Kreischer of country music. Yeah. No, but he doesn't take his shirt off in like a sexual way.
Well, how do you go about taking the shirt off? There's a couple of ways to take it off.
Do.
There's
His
one
is like
way
in a fun way.
There's one way to take the shirt off that like this one is definitely a sexual way.
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
This
normally,
This one where you cross it and then you pull it up and over. That's,
Let me think.
it's like every movie scene.
Yeah.
He rips it. Hulk Hogan
That is
style.
also definitely or an intimidating way.
You do?
So normally during the
Sorry, I was joking.
during the summer, I'll wear like and everyone thinks they're pre-cut, but they're not. So I'll wear wife beaters, and I'll literally at the end of the set when I'm singing my final song at the top of the song, I rip it open and rip it off,
Yeah.
and the chicks go,
Do women faint?
and the crowd goes wild.
You had anybody faint yet?
Damn near,
Okay.
yeah.
I would say if I was going to cut, I'd have it pre-cut.
Yeah. Just
If I was in some situation ripping my shirt off, I go, you got to have to get a little slit in there.
what situation is this?
Yeah, I don't know what situation I'd ever have my shirt off.
The stakes are so high. Like because if you go to rip it and you can't, you don't get a first shot.
How did Hulk do it?
I think because he was roided out of his mind, so
Well,
I
he's
don't think
huge.
it matters. Yeah.
It's actually not as hard as you think, especially
You go from top?
up top, and you just get a good grip, especially if you've been on stage for an hour plus sweating. And it gets when all that sweat's in there, and it gets obviously once it's wet, it's easier to rip. So I've had enough practice.
You're like a connoisseur, yeah. Like you know, yeah. He's like the thread count's off on this one. I can't.
Yeah, but you know, like Haynes couldn't give you a deal because they were like, "Well, you're ripping."
Just showing how fragile our shirts
Yeah,
are.
you like if somebody's like, "We're giving you a deal," and you try to rip it, and it doesn't. You're like, "This is the one."
That's the commercial, by the way. If you
the
wanted
ones I
one,
just
that's
ripped
it.
his shirt off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be the closer.
Yeah.
But what if you did like I'm trying to think of like a charity for like a hospital or something. You're gonna rip your shirt off. They're like, "Hey, can we not have their shirt ripping?" Well, you know what's funny? I think about an artist.
There's a time and place for it.
Yeah,
You pay him extra to keep it on.
I went too early with the shirt ripping. Dang it. I feel like and there's artists like you, and there's obviously comedians in the same boat that never really, like, I'm not sure if this question is going to make sense, but like, a lot of us came up performing in front of art audiences that weren't ours.
Yeah.
So like open for years, every like, or on Broadway where they're yelling things out, or like, but it sounds like early on you were touring with people that liked you, and always have.
When I first started touring, my only thing I knew was headlining. Like I put up.
That's the best, dude. Like, yeah, good. Shout out TikTok,
awesome.
dude. Shout out Xi Jinping.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm just joking. Or who? That's unbelievable. That can exist.
Yeah.
Is awesome.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of comics like that, but it's not just country.
You know, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy to think that I would put what would this be? Almost 3 years ago, I'd put my first tour on sale, 15 dates. Like
You didn't even know you couldn't do that.
No, like I had no like I had no idea. We put him up for sale, and me and my booking and manager, we were like, I guess we'll see what happens.
Wow.
And in 36 hours, it was sold out, and my first show I ever played in front of people was 700 plus people for a sold out show.
Cue any country artist turning this off.
I was just gonna say, like, do you feel any type of bitterness from the industry because of like how quickly this flipped over for you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
People around me will say whatever they want to say, that I'm full of shit, but I personally believe that I've had a semi-target on my back since doing this. Deniability, whatever you want to call it, but I do firmly believe sitting here in front of you today, the good Lord gave me a gift. And
now you're speaking our language, brother.
And I believe that this is what I was meant to do.
Yeah.
And the numbers don't lie. The ticket sales will continue to prove themselves. I'll continue to do my work, stay in my lane, and focus on me. But they'll eventually wake up and realize that it's right in front of them.
And also,
I'm fired up right now.
Yeah, I'm fired up, bro. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's listening
Yeah.
is like, dude, I'm looking this guy up immediately.
That's
awesome. I think in comedy that you think there's a group that is excluding you. You know what I'm saying? Like I always think everybody that is on the Tonight Show has like a group text and they're like talking about, it's so good to be on here. LOL, John's not. or the group of people that won Grammys or whatever. And I feel like as artists, because I have a gigantic fan base and all my shows are full too. Yeah. And you maybe whoever the industry is or whoever, because I was going to ask you a question about that. You feel like everybody, there's a group that has excluded you, but then if everybody, you're like, we're trying to do what, if they could be honest, they were like, we're trying to do what he's doing.
That's exactly right.
That's what I feel about you.
At the end of the day,
we're trying to sell 700 tickets in Shippensburg.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do.
The reality is, at the end of the day, it all stems from jealousy. And I firmly believe that, and there's always truth behind why you may not like me or what it is or why you can't be in our clique or whatever. Like, I dealt with that dude from day one coming here, before I even lived here, just visiting and getting into rooms and trying writing out and being so green because I'm like, I've never written before. So like, this is such a new experience for me. I always like to say baptized by fire. Like, I'm sitting in front of you right now, about to go on my, I don't even know what tour it is yet, my Relapse tour here in the U.S., and that'll be the 3-year anniversary since I've been touring. And coming up middle of March here, I'm playing the Houston Rodeo, headlining it in front of 70,000 people on a Saturday night. So
heard of it.
Yeah.
Heard of it.
So it's like, the proof is in the work. And the proof is not only just, it's, again, I would not be sitting here if it was just not hard work, but again, I will always give him all the praise. God is good, man. And he is the reason why I'm sitting here today. And my fan base. I say the followers on social media became fans, and then they became a cult fan base, and they doubled down.
And that's what everybody's trying to get. What do you say that, because you know when Beyonce won the Grammy for Best Country Album? Hold on, listen, let me set this up. Let me set this up. Because
no, I got you.
Well, I think you're gonna relate to this because, and everybody's like, I can't believe Beyonce won it, and I go, no, well, as obviously a huge country fan, and I go, no, isn't this good? Like, isn't this country was kind of like outlaw, or like we were never, I could say we, but I'm not. I live in Nashville, but like we were never Hollywood. Like, isn't keeping you out of whatever the things, isn't that good for you?
Do you mean,
does that make sense or no?
Are you saying by no one winning that slot,
it's good for country,
other than her, it's actually in turn good for country?
In a way that, like, we were always excluded. Like, we're all out of it, kind of outlawed. The whole genre was,
we're still on the outskirts.
But that's what makes everybody go, we love Morgan, we love Zach Bryan, we love all these things.
I got you.
If we, like, the idea of the fan base, we found you on TikTok from the beginning, I'm kind of did it my own way.
Yeah.
Isn't that what works for you? Because I feel the same about myself.
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't even think about it that much. I just saw that she won. It was just like, okay. And kind of pass it on. But no, seriously, as you're saying that makes perfect sense because, so sitting here, I'm signed to Warner Records out of LA.
Yeah.
So I met with people in Nashville here, and again, no discredit to Nashville or whatever, but from the get-go, I was ostracized to a certain degree.
From here.
Because I went with, it was kind of a new thing for a country artist to not go with a Nashville record label.
Oh, interesting.
Why are you going to we call them coastal labels. So whether it's in New York or out in LA. So there was all these questions asked when I was first coming to town of like, you're with LA, why not?
Who's this guy?
Yeah, like What do you
Why
like,
does he have his shirt off? Yeah.
Again.
At a record label meeting? No. No? Okay. All right. No, I won't. All right.
That's the SNL skit. Is you just in scenarios you shouldn't be taking your shirt. Just like now or no? No. Okay. got it.
family Christmas.
I'm just waiting for him to keep saying your shirt off, and then like a clip just cuts, and it's me sitting here with my shirt off for social media.
We can do it if you want. It's up to you.
Why did he take his shirt off? It was his idea. Sounded like yours.
He was really heavily insistent. on it.
Actually, we watched the film back, and you said take your shirt off about 100 times. But no, like I completely agree with you. My manager and stuff, we had this conversation that like I always like to say, Tom Brady said in his, I listen to a bunch of motivational podcasts and all that stuff, and I love the greats, and I wasn't a fan of his because he played for New England, but
same.
He is one of the GOATs. But he says for what worked for him was I had to create an enemy.
Yeah.
And like that is such an athletic mentality that I have. And I think that from the get-go, I've kind of viewed myself on the outskirts of even Nashville since being in town here. And
there you go. Yeah, you verbalized it better than I did. Yeah, almost like a me against the world type situation, which you're like, I'm gonna prove to y'all I can do this. Yeah. Versus someone that was maybe like, hey, this guy's the next, and unrealized potential or something like that. And you are a country guy.
I am,
because a lot of people try. Whenever we always make jokes about whenever a country artist is on outside, he's got to document it. Be like, hey, look, I'm on a tractor.
I'm in the woods today.
Yeah, but but dude, my family's from York.
Okay.
York, Pennsylvania.
Well, so is my manager, Charlie.
Really?
Yeah.
Sight and Sound? Yeah, dude. He's like, I don't claim it anymore. Yeah. The Lancaster with all the Mennonites.
Yep, all the Amish, man. Horse and buggies.
That's where my family's from.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, what was is that's the 717, right?
Yeah, so I mean, Lancaster, I mean, it's more Hershey, Harrisburg area was where I'm from, but I spent so much time in Lancaster playing this place we called it Lanco.
Yeah.
Or like Spooky Nook. We played there all the time for winter lacrosse when we were playing indoors and stuff. A lot
and your family's religious or no? Or they were?
Yeah, I was raised in the church. So
yeah, what denomination?
I was no specific. I went to a church called Christian Life Assembly, and it was just non-denominational.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But you didn't play there.
No, I wasn't in the church choir, the church band, or anything like that. I do like to say though that my love for music began in the church because it was how I best connected with my faith.
Yeah.
Worshiping is one of the best ways to connect. Hence why when you go to church, you're singing the same song for about 15 minutes because you're, but
Shots I mean, fired, dude.
No, but like all jokes aside, like
he's like, we got to change that.
Yeah. Okay, we got it. Yes. Can we go to the next one?
Yeah.
Well, I relate to your story in a little bit, and I've in a way that it does seem like a very when you listen to your music and obviously hear your story, there's a lot of, and even the title of your album, there is a lot of I don't know the best way to say it. It's like there is a lot of battle between good and evil because you obviously care very much about your body, taking care of yourself, working out, but you also talk about these things in your music about addictions and betrayal and struggle. So talk us through how to live and also how your art, how you bring those things together and struggling with both.
Well, I think a big thing for me is like when I think of these titles and whatnot, and I always say that I said this in another interview. People read my titles like an addictions or like an intoxicated or whatever, or relapse. They think of them as like, you think of the thing that you first comes to your brain, these druggy type things, intoxicated, you're thinking about drinking, thinking about relapse, you're thinking about pills and all this kind of stuff. But it's like, I take these concepts and I kind of flip them on their head. So like intoxicated is talking about literally how intoxicated this girl has me. So you want to talk about addictions, like, blonde women are my addictions.
Yeah. Not alcohol, women. Oh. This does clear it up.
Relapse with the blonde. But all that being said, yes, I think that, people from the outside looking at me, I mean, there's so many times, man, in a meet and greet line where I'm shaking hands with people thinking I'm like 35.
Yeah.
Or thinking like I'm married already with a wife and kids because I have a ring on my hand, or it looks like the one hand, like, because I don't carry myself like a 25-year-old. And I think that does speak through my music and stuff and how I, present myself and whatnot. But for me, I always like to say this, there's some songs that hit closer to home for me when it comes to writing and are more true in nature. And then there's other songs that, maybe it's not my story. Maybe it's a story that I can relate to, or something that I could sink my teeth into and feel comfortable about singing about, and think that the world needs to hear this because someone else needs to hear it.
Sure.
So a lot of the music that I've put out to date I've been a writer on every single one of the songs, I think, aside from 2 so far.
Yeah.
So
what would you say? Walk us through the show gets done. The show gets done until you go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I'll compare it to mine, but you go first.
Okay.
We're doing a meet and greet?
No, so meet and greet's pre-show. So
interesting.
These music guys have that down, man.
Yeah.
They got it.
got
They're
it
getting it out of the
pre-show.
way.
Yeah. So
Is somebody side stage with a shirt
what's up?
to give you a shirt back, a new shirt?
To give me a new shirt. What do
If you walk off stage, you don't have a shirt on.
Yeah.
Then how do you get a shirt?
What are you?
Wait, what are you talking about? He's doing the meet and greet before.
No, after the show.
Yeah,
sorry.
What do I need a shirt for?
No, that's a fair point. I'm staying corrected. No shirt until bed. Yeah.
I'm trying to follow along here. I mean,
Sorry, you walk off. Yeah.
When I was over in Europe in the UK, I would do a meet and greet pre-show, and then I would actually go down shirtless after the show and sign a bunch of stuff and take photos with fans, because I'd never been over there and I wanted to, really sink into that fan base.
Businessman.
Said this is what an American body looks like.
Yep.
I mean, bro, there was some people getting handsy.
Well, gotta sell tickets.
It works. So anyways, what do I do after a show?
Yeah.
This is fun. I don't know if anyone's ever asked me this.
Nice, John. Nice.
For me, everyone has their assumptions about what I do. But honestly, show finishes, I'm either happy or I'm irritated about something. So the reality is that, like an athlete, Kobe mindset, you can go out there and play a great game, but how many shots did I miss? How many rebounds did I, mess up? I'm so hard on myself
that
I'll know when I miss a note. And there's times where I'll communicate on stage. We have talkback mics, and I'll say to my front of house guy, I'll be like, man, I missed that one note and that one bridge right there. And he's like, I heard you, man. But he's like,
I'm sure it's not that nice.
He's like, but your batting average is great as a live vocalist. So there's a moment for you. I'm coming off stage and I'm either pumped and I'm like, hey guys, we played a great show or whatever, or I'm really in my feels and really in my head about things that I messed up or things that I want to communicate and say, hey, these are things we need to improve for tomorrow's show. Let's remember this. Like, we can do better. That being said, I get to my green room. I take a chill pill. I normally drink a tea. I do my vocal cool downs. I take a beat for me and my content guy to go over, what did you like? What did you capture? What are we posting on the story tonight? And then him and I will talk for a second. He'll take me out to the bus. I'll shower up. He'll shower up. And then him and I get together. I'll have a snack. And him and I just get back to work. And we start working on the content for the next day. Or we go and we make sure the story post is great for that show that night, showing the fans love. And then I'll normally throw in like a TV show or a movie and just kind of chill.
Man, I'm sure your agent is thrilled to hear that.
It's a good routine.
Yeah.
It's rituals and habits, and it's a routine. And you can never take the athlete outside of me.
Yeah.
I was never the guy that was, even since starting touring, I was never the dude going out for drinks, blowing my voice out, talking over loud crowds. So that's okay. Let's hear yours.
Well, no. I think I think you have to be that way. So in some ways, in 20, like a lot of, if the coming up in, the 90s, I didn't come up in the 90s, but all the comics were the only rules were like, don't get too drunk and don't sleep with the wait staff. And even those were like
blurred lines.
Yeah. But everybody was doing coke, and like we not me, by the way, but there was all day. We only had to work, but it wasn't even work back then. It was just like you just had to talk, and all of us were kind of good at it.
Yeah.
So we didn't even have to. But now all the comics are thinking about content. They're all filming during the day, going out, making content, writing, collabing with other people. You can't really be a degenerate anymore.
There's no off switch.
Yeah.
I think about both of our careers now. If you want to be great, it's no longer a career, it's a lifestyle. I think that getting into what you do and what I do, it's no longer just being great at what you do. It's you have to become a full-time social media manager, full-time content guy. You're always thinking about the next thing. What's trending? How do I make my own interpretation of this? How can I make myself prevalent in pop culture? Like that's why you get off a stage and then you're working again.
Yeah. But I've said in here before, that there's the country artists, you always see them like, and granted, these are typically the ones that are not successful, but no, you see, there's a lot of complaining about the algorithm, Spotify pay, record labels, deals, and I go and I say the same with a comedian, or is the same with a NASCAR driver. I go, I just want to gather everybody up and be like, hey, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's next to dang near impossible.
Yeah,
because what do you want to do? Be a comedian. Yep. It's the best job on earth. What do you want to do? Be a famous country singer.
Yep.
A lot of people are trying to do it. It's next to impossible. So if we're just like, it's impossible. That I feel like that's a better outlook to be like, it seems like I'm hitting a roadblock. Yeah, dude. Or whatever it is. It's and whatever the complaints are now, by the way, 10 years ago they were about something else.
Exactly.
About you have to move to LA, or my manager is this, or we had to go to Kinko's and print out the poster and duct tape it to telephone poles, and or whatever the complaints are now, they were something else in the past.
You're saying it doesn't matter.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's hard. That is the simple answer.
It's
hard
because everybody wants to do it.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I'm going to quit my job being an accountant so I can go make stuff on my own art and sell it on Etsy.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm running to like shipping costs. Yeah, dude. Because it's awesome to do it and not have a boss. What do you mean?
Or they've been doing it for 4 months and they're like, it's not really working out. It's like,
what? What do you mean? Yeah, it's impossible. Yeah. That there's so many challenges to it, but I look at like the guys that are, I mean, look, if you've been in the game for 3 years, we know who you are.
Yeah.
You're here. We know your music.
Yeah.
So whatever, I don't know, scoreboard.
Yeah.
Kind of.
100% scoreboard. And I think that like, there's a thing about, you brought up earlier in the podcast about, do I feel a certain type of way from how Nashville or whatever people may perceive of me, of you didn't pay your dividends, like you didn't do your thing, you didn't do the 5 years, the 10 years on Broadway or whatever. And it's just like, no, I just found an alternative, and people see the success. Again, it's like, oh my God, like it's overnight success. He's only been doing it for 4 years. It's like, yeah, but I've lived and breathed it for 4 or 5 years straight.
Hours wise.
Yeah. Like it wasn't like, oh yeah, I just kind of found myself. I just found my way. I just found myself here.
Yeah.
Like,
weird. No. Yeah. Versus like you, maybe a comparison would be someone that like me, I've been skiing for 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, every other year I go out to Tahoe for 3 days.
Yeah.
Versus I live on the mountain for 10 years.
100%.
That guy's going to be way better.
100%.
So somebody that maybe plays on Broadway or like goes to a writer's round, or like I've been doing it for 10. You're like, I bet hours wise, you might have him beat.
No, and like 100%, man. I mean, it's like, it's not, people see what they want to see because of what's on social media, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, you're not seeing that I'm always thinking about this. When I'm falling asleep, when I'm in the gym, when I'm stepping away to take phone calls, when I'm stepping away to make notes, when it's innately in you and you want to be great, you are never not thinking about it. Like it is a part of you.
That's a great way to say it. My girlfriend would, if she was sitting here, she'd be like, that's how I am.
Yeah.
About where we're like in a restaurant, I'll be pulling out my phone, I'll be writing. So she's like, what are you doing? I go, I got a good idea. we were at speaking of your show coming up at the Pinnacle, we were at the Casey Musgrave show.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, it was awesome. But it was not like I was like, this is kind of country, but like not really.
Yeah.
Like she's would be the same as you in a way that like, well, this is country, I guess, but a same like really genre bending like piece of art. And I when I was leaving, I was telling my girlfriend, I go, I rock with her.
Yeah.
Cause it seems like I buy it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I go, that seems like her.
Yeah.
And she's not some of the norms that you should be as a country artist. She's like, I'm not really that, but here's what I do.
Be undeniably you.
Yeah, she was. And I took away from that. I need to be more, dude, I grew up in church and my dad's a preacher. And I like every time I talk about that, everybody's like, that's why we rock with you, bro.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get off track a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you ever found yourself wanting to, if somebody goes out, you would do a collab with somebody and you go, that's not really me, bro.
Yeah, I think that I've had the fortune of having people around me that I trust, and both my parents actually work for me now. So
we heard that.
Yeah, so I had my parents both leave their careers and they both work for me full time. Which is insane to say, which is super cool.
Remember this when I dropped out of college, Dad. You come work for me.
So I've made so many jokes being like,
oh yeah.
Hey, you know, now you're working for your son.
Yeah,
so,
what had happened was. Yeah.
But all that being said, back to your point, having them in my corner has been the best thing for me, as never losing sight of, number one, how I got here, and never losing sight of why I am the way I am. Yeah. I always say God, sports, my family, and friends, like those core pillars of my life are what make me me.
Yeah.
And obviously music now, but like those were the things that made me built to step into this world of country music and making music and be so great at it.
Did they come on the road with you?
Yeah, my dad was just over in Europe with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he drive the bus?
No.
My dad wanted to drive the bus.
He's brought it up, but
A dad would. A dad would be like, hey.
The only thing about driving though is they're normally sleeping during the day. Yeah. And then they're getting up, making sure everything's good to go while you're on stage and you're playing. So he can't watch the show. So
he can't be a fan.
Yeah. So he's been doing kind of like merch, managing, position, and then we'll see kind of coming into this. Yeah.
What's your mom do?
My mom's my business manager.
Oh, really?
So she takes care of my finances.
That's the way.
And then my dad also does my real estate investments, stock portfolio.
No, this guy's got it together, bro.
So,
yeah. That's well. We were thinking, because I heard that you employ your parents. I was thinking what the worst jobs would be to employ your parents.
Yeah, no, they got the creme de la creme. They're in good positions.
Yeah, an artist,
I take
country
care
artist.
Of them.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
What do you think would be poor choices?
Yeah, I'm actually interested.
Well, like a DJ.
Put my dad on drums.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the drummer. Dude. You know, like a DJ, maybe like a TikToker or something like that.
I'd say
a lot. What is the TikTok that in New York City that they do the?
Oh, like on the street corner?
Yeah, those TikTokers.
Yeah.
Now, me and him are kind of TikTokers, but not.
We are. I mean, I think that like that's another funny thing too. The amount of people that would come after you for being like originally a couple of years ago, like, oh, he's from TikTok. It's like you were from YouTube. You were from SoundCloud. You were from somewhere Instagram. It's
we have a Xi Jinping statue. We pull it out. No, just kidding, dude.
You were from that bar over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're from Tootsie's, bro.
Right,
what do you? Great point.
We all come from a place.
Weird. I never thought about that. Yeah,
such a simple way to say it, but yes.
But yeah,
we all just come from a place. Yeah,
yeah.
That's it.
You're the guy from.
Are you that forever?
Yeah.
Sure. Whatever, man. Yeah.
If some people say it depends on where If it's like a white woman in her 50s, they'll be like, we will love your Facebook. If it's like someone, true. If it's someone my age, they'd be like, dude, your Instagram is hilarious. And if it's someone in their 20s, they'd be like, we know you from TikTok. And I'll be like, great.
Yep. And you have 3 different categories of demographics.
Yeah, and also got YouTube too. They'd be like, well, whatever. And then some people say they know me from the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
Because I perform there a bunch. You go, great, welcome.
It doesn't matter. It's like, you know me.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you know me from.
Yeah.
You know my name.
I always be thinking sometimes, like especially during COVID, when TikTok was these numbers are going through the roof. And I knew, I go, maybe they're like exaggerating these numbers, but I knew they weren't, because people would be like, we saw your TikTok. Yeah. And that's, you can't debate, or like YouTube be like, of you got to watch it for 30 seconds, or you're like, well, I got my ear to the streets, and a lot of people are saying they know me from TikTok. Yeah. So it must be, and a lot of people have gotten huge from there. I like the idea they're saying, well, everybody came from somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. This week's episode brought to you by AG1. Taking care of your health isn't always easy, but it should at least be simple. That's why for last year I've been drinking AG1 every day, no exceptions. Just 1 scoop mixed in water once a day, every day, and it makes me feel energized and ready to take on the day. Yeah, this is perfect for this pod. Perfect ad for this pod.
Good mix.
Just because each serving of AG1 delivers my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre- and probiotics, and more, it's a powerful, healthy habit that's also powerfully simple. I mixed mine up this morning, baby. AG1 is a quality project, or quality product, rather. I know with AG1, I'm giving my body high quality nutrition. Every batch of AG1 goes through rigorous testing, so it is safe, and our ingredients are sourced for absorption, potency, and nutrient density. Gotta love those mornings with AG1, baby. I trust them with my whole body health, and it's an essential part of my routine. Listen, healthy aging shouldn't feel complicated. And do you think they wrote that in for everybody's pod, or just me because I turned 40?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not on JoJo Siwa's podcast, I'm sure. And no,
she skips that talking point. Yeah.
Healthy aging shouldn't feel complicated. What? Are these the ads I'm getting now? The thought of taking multiple supplements, this is true actually, mixing and matching pills, powders, substances, sounds exhausting. Just 1 daily scoop of AG1 covers my nutrient gaps. It supports my mental health and physical health also without a lot of hassle. It's just 60 seconds every morning. I know I'm giving my body what I need, setting up sustainable habits in the long run. You know what I like about that? This probably, no one has ever said this about AG1. Mm-hmm. That bottle.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the mixing bottles are too big.
Yes.
I'm like, dude, I don't want to drink this much.
Yep.
And the metal thing on top of it with the plastic.
Cap.
It's, yeah.
I don't know why. I just love
And no one has
cap.
ever said that about AG1.
No.
The bottle's unmatched.
Yeah. Well, the product is so good that I think it overshadows the bottle sometimes, but the bottle needs some shine.
No one has ever said anything about that.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. And they're going to listen to this, and they're like, we've heard thousands of AG1 ads.
Yeah.
The bottle is unbelievable.
Yeah, and the canister it comes in. That goes in
the
fridge.
canister is sweet.
Yep.
If there's one product I had to recommend to elevate my health, it's AG1, and that's why I partnered with them for so long. If you want to take ownership of your health, start with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply with vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase exclusively at drinkag1.com/netpositive. That's drinkag1.com/netpositive, or hit the link in the episode description below. This week's episode also brought to you by Miracle Made. Did you know that your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality? If you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets, inspired by NASA. Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics, makes temperature-regulated bedding, so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. Did you know that traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat? Listen to the properties of these sheets, baby. Self-cleaning properties for better quality sleep. Self-cooling. Also use silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA. Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long. Designed for your skin, comfort, and quality, Miracle Made sheets are luxuriously comfortable. That is actually a fact. I woke up on them this morning. Go to trymiracle.com/netpositive to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code NETPOSITIVE at checkout, you get 3 free towels and save 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, It's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/netpositive and use the code NetPositive to claim your 3 free-piece towel set and save over 40%. Again, that's trymiracle.com/netpositive or hit the link in the episode description and treat yourself.
And the thing is the only thing I'll say about this is that from my standpoint, and I don't know if it's the same in your line of work and industry, but like there was a huge thing going on with I like to call it the boom on TikTok back during COVID, where a bunch of artists were popping off and labels were signing anything that kind of had movement and that was going on. Now, the flip side of it is there were people that I would classify as TikTok artists because they had the social numbers, but social numbers were not going across to streams. We're not converting into hard tickets. We're not converting into real fans. So, again, to the world's perspective and to the music industry's perspective, they had a valid perspective on it to, okay, show me what you got. Is this a real thing? Is this really going to be, is this a moment in a flash pan, or is this going to be sustainability? And I think that there was only a handful of my area of time a few years ago that ended up living through it and actually built something out of it.
And I would say that let's say you watch a video. All right, the next step, you got to convert to a follower. The next step is you got to convert to listen to the music, stream it. The next step is you got to buy a ticket. And then the next step is going to the show. And then the next step is the show's good. So I think in all of those, you're going to have people dropping off. They go, oh, I saw the one thing, I followed, not into it. Or I followed, I went to the show, and I've been to them. The show was bad. The show was terrible, actually. Or he was mailing it in.
I was like, you've been to my show?
No, not your show.
You're like, this just took a turn?
I'm like, all right. Damn, okay. Sorry, which show did you see?
And I'm defensive.
I'm like, my shows are pretty good. Was it a radio gig or something?
He's like, I talked to the guy. He's like, dude, we missed that note. I was there. No, where you go, oh, this guy was big or streams big or whatever. And then I go, the show was bad. The show was bad.
You have to be great in so many facets. Like, even take it one step further. It's not even just watching the TikTok. I mean, no, it's just start with watching the TikTok. The fall.
It comes to you.
The fall
somehow.
off of like, I watched the first 3 seconds. It's like, how strong's the hook?
You can leave there.
How strong's the hook? Are you going to watch the whole video? How far'd you make it? Are you going to share with a friend? Are you going to drop a comment? Are you going to like the video? Like all those things. Then you got to get to the follow. And then it's like, it is a lot.
To get all the way. Because we've talked about going, like we take some things like media wise and don't. And I go, all right, for them to see me on Good Morning Cincinnati, this is fake. You go, so that person's gonna they're listening, we're pissed. Or they go, this person would have to watch this and I have to do something relatable or fun to be like, I'm interested in that guy, see the lower third name, type my name into something, whatever, follow, start watching, get to a show. And that's why we always like pods that you listen to. Pods are where I found so many people were like, we found you on Theo Vaughn's podcast. We find you on Nate Bargatze's podcast. It's a very, you're like 80% of the way there if you watch this. Because you're like, oh, we know him, we like him, we're into it. Where it's such a journey. To some of these, I go, we're never gonna convert people. Into fans.
No, that's a good way to put it. I mean, you and I sitting here having a conversation for an hour plus, it really allows us to dive deep into one another and people that truly understand kind of like who's the man behind the music or like behind the whole thing. So
I rock with that guy.
It allows you to buy into the person if you like what you're hearing. So, but yeah, man, like it is tough and it is a full time thing, just like you talking about being out with your girl and pulling out your phone. It's like
always.
I mean, there's times where I've been out on dates and like I'm spacing out and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Thinking about music, bro. Yeah.
Or she says something that I got to jot down. I'm like, that's a great concept.
And who was she?
Sorry, honey, you didn't get the call.
Oh, yeah. Oh, an idea that you, or something on the, like, I've even seen like, they bring out the menu and I like the way the graphics are, or I take a photo of it and I send it to my designer. I go, let's do our next tour poster.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's an if you love what you do, it's in everything around you, and you can find a reason to be continuously working or thinking about something.
I wonder if we were in the green room at Zany, so like on the weekend we all tour, and then Monday, Tuesday we do like new material night.
Okay.
At Zany's, and me and Nate and Theo, all the guys that are doing like arenas, coming and trying their jokes out for 150 people.
At Zany's?
Yeah, Zany's every Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, and everybody's not on every one.
Okay.
Yeah, but most of the time. So we were there was a girl in there, a young up and comer, open mic or whatever, and she asked me. She goes, "So how long do I have to like stay around to like?" For the club to like, I go, oh, you're done. I thought to myself, I go, you're done.
You're thinking about this wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long do I have to?
Yep.
And I go, oh, all of us are here like talking at midnight about jokes. We're obsessed with it.
Yeah.
We that's all we want to talk about. We're not like, I got to get to, maybe we should probably, but like you just love, and I wish, gosh, I wish I found it and you found it, and there's a lot of people that I think, Alex, and you found it where you wake up in the morning with a purpose of something you love.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I personally wouldn't know what to tell someone to try to get there. Would you? If you're doing something that you're like listening to this pod and you're like, I mean, I don't even know.
I think honestly, if you don't have exactly what it is in mind that you want to do, I would start small. The first thing that I would start with is building a routine around your day, and start out with eating healthy and fitness. And I think that fitness and working out calluses your mind, because you're physically going into the gym and you're creating pain in the body. And I think that there's something to be said about doing something every single day that makes you uncomfortable. So me, every day, it does not get easier to get into 39-degree water every single morning. It does not.
This guy's getting in a cold plunge.
But it's innately of like, I'm going to get in there. I'm going to suffer. I'm going to go put myself in there for 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to do my breathing exercises. I'm going to spend my time alone, think about my thoughts, think about what I need to accomplish this day, and how can I attack the rest of the day and be the best version of myself.
I'm getting fired up, bro. Yeah, there's a lot of people in art, like it's cool to be on the poster or like in the comedy or your name on the marquee. There's a lot of people that are known for like calling out like a 30 minutes before, hey, because I mean, I've never, if I agree to a show, because a lot of times the show's bad, the crowd's bad, it's an open mic, people are drunk, you want to be on the poster, it's cool to be on the poster, but then peering around that or putting your clothes on to go, and you're looking at your material and you go, and a lot of people go, I'm not, but the idea of just some resistance in your life is something that, what today are you doing? This sounds like a David Goggins podcast or something like. Yeah, so dude, I listen to it when I work out. That and the other guy. What's the other guy?
Jocko Wilkins.
Yes.
Speaking of my love language,
I just put him on. I just put like the. My girlfriend always makes fun of me for it.
Nope, love it.
Yes.
I listen to those dudes every morning when I make breakfast. I listen to them. I say my prayers in the morning.
You know David Goggins?
Of course, dude. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, because he just. I just put on like a collaboration of.
Yeah, dude. We should send each other like the videos. I have them all up on my YouTube right now.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, get up. That's all it is. And just like motivates you to start getting jacked. Take some pre-workout.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go work out right after this.
So pre-workout, that's great. Sea salt.
Yeah.
And honey. Crazy
Really?
pump.
Things never said on this podcast before.
Wait, hold on. Say it again.
Sea salt.
Like how? How do you ingest sea salt?
Take a tablespoon of sea salt.
Yeah.
Literally take it.
Oh no, dude! I'm not doing that, dude.
Yeah. Come do a workout with me.
A tablespoon of sea salt. All right.
Dog. And then a tablespoon of honey.
Yeah.
And then I'm telling you, dude, the amount of blood flow and absolute pump you get, dog, is insane.
Honey and tablespoon of sea salt.
Yeah, I did a shoulder workout yesterday.
Who told you this?
Oh, dude, I am in deep into that world, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sitting about talking about ice baths and Jocko and David.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't even know Jocko's name, but it's the other guy.
Yeah.
That he's just like, dude.
But I love how I knew right away.
Yeah. And I was like, it's like, they just like, dude, it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you do it, it's like, he's like, But it is, I mean, it is true.
Yeah.
It does help me work out more.
It does.
Yeah.
The thing is, what both those guys will say, though, is that I love it because it's words of affirmation and it's great motivation and everything.
Yeah.
But the reality is, if you're listening to this podcast, motivation is fleeting. You have to find your purpose and you have to have drive every single day of your life. There'll be days where you don't want to do shit and you may be absolutely in love with your career, but it doesn't matter. There will be days that suck.
Yep.
Mike Tyson said, what was it, Charlie? What did my boy Mike say? Discipline is doing things that you hate to do, but acting like you love them.
You're going to pull it up.
Yeah. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but nonetheless doing it like you love it.
I was pretty much on the money. Hell
Dang.
yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
And every boss.
I'm the best ever.
Yeah. Nice.
That's pretty good.
That's very good. That's what I say. Every boss.
Nobody's like me.
Yeah, dude. And he used to say,
I need to go work out now.
Mike Tyson used to say he would study. I listened to a podcast with him, and he would study how Muhammad Ali would hold a cup. Like, he thought Muhammad Ali was the greatest ever, and he watched everything he did. Mm-hmm. And he go, I liked how he walked, obviously how he prepared and how he trained, but everything about it, that he was just like, if I'm a comedian for life, if you're like, if we're doing it, let's do it. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's so inspiring, man. Yeah. And is everybody out there around you, or do they look to you for the inspiration, or are they kind of like you?
For me,
you're like, guys, get up. And you're like, dude, it's 7 a.m. Bro. I'm in the bus.
I think a big thing for me, back to what you were saying, just doing it, you have to be obsessed with this. Like, to the point of, what does David say? You have to be unbalanced. And eventually along the way, you will find your balance in the lifestyle.
You know, and a lot of people said, what would Jesus do? And Warren's, what would David Goggins say? Yeah. Switch it up. What would David Goggins say?
And, I mean, they're great words to live by. I mean, and he's a great form of motivation, from his upbringing, from what he went through, to being a SEAL, to doing what he does now. But, you know, I try to be an example for my team on the road the best I can, but I can't force you to want to pay attention. I can only do what I do. Yeah. It's up to you to use your own perspective and maybe take away some of the stuff that I do as a 25-year-old in front of 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds. I have 40-year-olds that work for me. Yeah. And I'm the 25-year-old that's leading the ship.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a David Goggins collab video, and then you're like, did I hear Warren Zeiders clip in there? You're like, yeah, oh yeah.
You're gonna clip this. And
this is part of it. Yeah, dude. Mix this in. Yeah. Well, you made a lot of new fans today, brother. We have a lot of people that rock with us that'll be at your shows, dude.
It's a way of life, man.
It's inspiring. We got one game that we're gonna play with you, and this is even better because of how you came into country music, and we looked up. So your name, what's your full name?
Warren Donald Zeiders.
His real name.
Yep.
His real name, because a lot of people, you always wonder, is that their real name? So we got 10 country artists here, and we're gonna play, is that their real name? Okay. And you have to guess. Okay. Y'all can guess too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, this will be interesting.
Yeah, but it's better because, like, if you're new into it, and I didn't know any of these either.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
Hit us.
Eric Church.
Real?
I'd say real.
Fake.
No, Easton, no. Kenneth.
Wait.
Eric Church. Real.
That's right.
Oh, there you go. Okay, cool.
No, it's fake.
So
no.
the middle names count as the first?
wait,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
kinda-
middle
he's got
names
a point
count.
there.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
That's real.
Shania Twain.
Real.
Fake.
I'd go real.
Fake.
Eileen Edwards. Not even close, dude.
Really? That's a good switch up. That's
Yeah, that's not even close.
That's a good move.
Where's my scoreboard?
Scoreboard. Get the Easton scoreboard.
Scoreboard.
Kenny Chesney.
I'm gonna say real.
I'll say real.
Fake.
Kenneth Arnold Chesney.
Nice.
Real.
Nice.
Okay.
Zach Top.
It's got to be real.
Fake.
I'm gonna go real.
Zachary Dirk Top.
Sorry, Zach.
Tim McGraw.
Real.
Fake.
Fake.
All right, well, this says his name is Sam Smith, but that's not true. Is that true? All right, that's.
Oh, there you
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Me, Tim McGraw.
His name's Sam Smith.
That can't be right. I got bad information.
Yeah. Somebody
I got,
hacked his wiki. That's
yeah,
what that was.
somebody look that up. It was Tim McGraw's real name. Laney Wilson.
Real.
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 Laney Danae Wilson.
Yeah.
Winona Judd.
That's got to be real.
I'm going real too.
Real.
No one's making that up.
Christina Simonelli.
Come on.
Not even close.
Bro, what?
Wow.
By the way, Tim McGraw's first name is Sam.
Okay.
Sam. Okay. Sam Timothy McGraw. So, yeah.
Where did the Smith come from?
Yeah. Sam Smith.
We'll have to do some family tree research.
Hold on. I'm a double, but I think he.
Drastically different artist.
No, hold on. They're touring together.
Yeah.
What?
The Sam Smith tour, and it's just
Hank Williams.
I'm gonna go real.
I'll go fake. Why not? I'll step out.
I'll go real.
Hiram
Of course.
Williams.
Wow.
So got the last name.
Okay.
But yeah, say yeah,
Hank
That's
must be an
semi-real.
abbreviation. That's
yeah.
be real.
But
Yeah, I guess
American
Hank's
flags and guns and Cracker Barrel. And he's like, well, my name's Hiram. I might mess it up. Yeah, Hank is Shabuzi.
all right, John.
Real.
I'm going real, but it sounds fake.
It's definitely fake.
Collins Obina Shabuzi.
Wow.
That is not
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Wow.
No, hold on. It's spelled
Send me the
wrong.
birth certificate
It's spelled
right now.
It's spelled Chibueze.
Do that again.
Chibueze.
So it's CH?
Wow.
It's not like booze, like Shabuzi.
Right.
But he said that's his real name.
Wow.
Okay.
And that was surprising.
All right.
Okay.
Very surprising. Morgan Wallen.
Real.
Real.
Yeah.
Morgan Cole Wallen.
Yep.
Conway Twitty. Kanye
Twitty.
Conway Twitty.
Sounds fake to me.
Real. There's a different time.
I'm gonna go fake.
Harold Jenkins.
Hey.
Dang, dude. I think he did pretty good. You guys got him all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it, I wonder how you probably didn't even. I don't know what the rules are. When do you pick a fake one?
Yeah. At what point?
Off rip, I think.
Yeah. You have
It's
to.
got to be
First ever? I think it's got to be.
It's got to be pretty off the rip.
Well, you would have to be now because obviously TikTok exists. So like you could
Yeah.
just scroll through your whole catalog. But back then, if you're an older artist, I mean, no one really knew about you until they wanted you to know
Facts.
your name. So you could just.
Yeah. I feel like people
Come
don't
up
do
with
that
this,
anymore,
you know?
though. I feel like that was like a back in the day thing. I don't think people would do that
fake
anymore.
names?
It's so much harder to.
Because
to
now,
hide
like,
it
what are you
now.
going to fake your whole Instagram? Like,
It'd fake everything.
Yeah, we're gonna wipe your digital
Yeah.
footprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you change your name.
Yeah.
Like Kanye or something like that. P.
Actually, a
Diddy.
good point.
Kanye
Yeah.
Twitty.
Yeah, no, I think because if you start a TikTok, you're that.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, people,
Yeah, you can't change it midway.
but people for a while were asking me if it was a stage name.
That's what inspired me to look it up.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about changing?
Absolutely not. I have a great name.
Yeah, what are you saying, Alex?
Have you ever? No, I'm just saying. Like, have you ever? I think you should. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
maybe it's
Have you ever fantasized about a name that you would play under if you could just pick one?
Not really. The reason why, I mean, Warren is such an old like school name that
Yeah.
you do not hear a lot.
Yeah.
And that's why I love it so much because it sticks out.
Yeah.
So
John, you got one? You got a name you'd go by?
Well, my
you could get out of John
people would think my name's made up all the time. I was like, you think I was making up a name
as a comedian, who
as
does
a Christian, and I was like, let me get Crist.
let me go as close to Christ as I possibly can.
Okay, dude, that's a little. Let
me leave the H out.
Well, I was looking up Lee Bryce. His real name is Ken Bryce. I go, well, if you're gonna go wild, have like Bubba or something. You know what I'm saying? You just switched. It's not even.
Yeah.
What's the point of the switch?
His name's Ken?
Yeah, Ken Bryce.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand the purpose of the stage name thing.
We'd have to go.
What?
We'd have to go ask our PR in the back.
Oh, you get arrested. Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
That's what it's for, really?
The publicist was going.
I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Oh, see, if you look up the real name, there's bad stuff. Yeah, and you know who I would trust about that? A publicist. Yeah. That she would be the one. Yeah. Oh, interesting. All right, so well, tell us about the album quick. Coming out
March 14th. Relapse, Lies, and Betrayal.
Fourth album, by the way, in like 4 years.
Unreal, bro.
Which is crazy, dude.
I think it's okay. So it'll be technically my second like studio album.
Yeah.
First project I put out was the 717 tapes. It's not technically an album. We called it a project.
Yeah.
And then I have a whole album out of covers that I recorded in my childhood bedroom. So a lot of music out very fast.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, drops March 14th. So it's been my second studio album. Lead single right now at country radio is Relapse.
Yeah.
We got the Relapse tour kicking off. But
At the Pinnacle.
yep. Fun fact about this record is first part of the record's technically out. So I dropped Relapse the project back in August. The rest of the record's coming out, so it'll be a double album. A lot of great new tracks on there. And honestly, a fun thing about this is that for my fans that do know me, or whether you're a new fan, I firmly believe that there are styles of music on there for any type of fan. So I have a new sonic sound that I've been messing around with for some of the newer music. If you were a fan of my Pretty Little Poison record, there's stuff that's inspired off of that. And then there's acoustic stuff that's inspired off of my 717 tapes project.
And Pretty Little Poison. What did you mean by that? I'm just joking. Yeah. Well, it's also what made you? I was going to ask you this before we get out here. What made you want to cover Outskirts of Heaven? Because I think that song.
Oh, it's amazing.
Is one of the most. That's more Christian. Than Christian. Music.
And it's very underrated.
When I saw that you covered that, I go, "This is my guy, dude. This is my guy."
It was what was it? I call it my stairwell sessions. So when I was posting on TikTok, there was a still do, but a couple years ago, I was doing these things called like stairwell sessions where I was singing covers in a stairwell for the acoustics and everything. And honestly, that song was kind of by accident. It was a song that I had known It was a song that I'd known for a minute, but I just put my phone up and was just messing around with the guitar and sang a couple takes of it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna post it on social media, see what happens. And then I was not expecting it to it just blew up like wildfire.
Yeah.
And then people were like, we want your cover, we want your cover. So shout out to Craig Campbell, the original artist who wrote it and sang it. I hit him up and I was like, hey man, like I'm in town. If you want to get together and shoot content and you want to be on the song with me.
And he goes, what's content?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
No disrespect, but he go, what?
And it was so cool. He wanted to learn so much from me.
Good for him, man.
About content. So now he posts all the time on social media too.
Really?
But he wanted to learn. It was so funny having him watch me and want to learn from me on how I approach music and everything. And because when it comes to what we do now, I don't know if this is something you do when it comes to writing jokes or hooks or how to hook in an audience in the early seconds of a video. But when it comes to writing now, for me, I'm in the room thinking about what part I'm going to tease, what's the hookiest part that I can put in this pre-chorus that leads into the chorus, because this is the 18 to 30 seconds I'm going to be teasing on socials. So I'm thinking about content while writing a song.
Well, think about all the we were somewhere at a restaurant and I go, that's crazy that this song is back. It's from TikTok.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, you hear that all the time and you go, well, no, not the whole song, but like the from a song from like the 90s.
Yeah.
And it's now on whatever playlist they got in Olive Garden. Mm-hmm. I Treat My Girl Right. That you go, oh, that's wild that this song is back.
Yeah.
Because somebody made a hook and a dance to it. Now it's here.
And they made a trend. And that's all it takes is you get that trending audio to go, man. It's insane.
Are you ever able to step out when you are writing? Are you ever able to step outside of that marketing mindset?
I think so. I think that there's definitely songs on this upcoming record where that thinking cap wasn't on, and it was more of a free flowing kind of. But then there's other songs too where it's very much so on, and I'm like, okay, this is more of a broad spectrum style of song that's still relatable, but this is a more way to captivate a larger audience. But then there's other songs that are definitely more niche specific, more how do you want to put it, more wholesome, more, I guess, Rudy, I guess that you could say, where that thinking cap wasn't technically on.
Cool.
So
where you can go, if I'm not gonna be almost like I'm not gonna be a slave to the algorithm. If I'm putting out I'm writing whatever I want,
100%.
But not, we do the same. We're like, we'll nod to the fan base or to the machine or whatever, but also
to Xi Jinping or
there you go. You got it now. Yeah.
Well, it's wild. Okay.
So where's your note? Where's the nomad?
Oh,
Where's the statue? I need one too.
We bring it in. It's behind that curtain. Actually, that's not a wall. Actually,
do you like rub it before you post? Make sure the algorithm's good to go.
I looked up what his name was last week. I was like, what's the name? Who's in charge over there?
Yeah.
No, all the things is like, all right. Well, we got to figure out if with a career of your size, so quickly, you got to figure out a camera guy. You got to hey, merch. Who's coming in with the merch? You got to prove. I don't like this. So switches, buses. I mean, I know there's 3 different bus companies. What do you like this afternoon? You got to go look at a bus. What about this bus? This website guy's going to host. This guy's going to switch. Who's this tour manager? He used to go out with so-and-so. There's so many things to do.
Yeah.
All day, every day. And to even if you go, I thought about this because you said, I put out an album. Even in year 1, you go, well, if you have nobody.
Yeah.
You got no producer. You didn't even know you were playing lacrosse the year before.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it out an album. And we've had people in the pod come through with this mindset. I wouldn't bet against them because you're like, well, how do you put out an album? Well, he figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you say? It's hard.
It's hard, dude. It's hard.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
And I had prior to Charlie, my manager, finding me, I had no one telling me how to do it. I went to YouTube. I went to Guitar Center with the money that I did have, bought a microphone, bought an interface, soundproofed the walls, put pillows up, and just started one-taking recording on a free software. Had no idea how to mix or anything, and it was just me and an SM7 messing around on a guitar.
And then you got an album, or you got but it's like, well, we didn't have the whoever produced it. We're like, but go to Spotify. I have an album.
I'll give you one more. This is a good one. I don't know if you found this in your research. Ride the Lightning, my first hit song, was the second song that I'd ever written in my life.
Oops.
First song I wrote as a co-write in Nashville. So I wrote it during COVID.
Yeah.
I was visiting my manager for the first time. I was in his guest bedroom on a Zoom call with Eric Pasley, Kenneth Church or whatever. Eric Pasley.
Eric Church. Yeah.
Eric Pasley.
He said call him Ken. He's
whatever. Eric Pasley and Rob Crosby, 2 dudes that welcomed me with open arms.
Yep.
We write that song, and I'm like, this song is special.
Yeah.
Of course I thought it was special. It's the first song I wrote. It's the second song I ever wrote. It's my baby. I'm like,
what do you mean?
This is so cool.
Yeah.
I love this
500.
thing.
Yeah.
And my manager's like, we cannot put out the first song, the second song you've written in your life. This is insane. You have to keep writing and see if you can get better. So I go home to Pennsylvania after being in town for about a week or 2. And I pull out my guitar and I'm playing it for my homies. And they're like, this song's badass, man. When he put it out, I'm like, I don't know. Management thinks maybe not. I need to keep writing.
And they go, you have a manager now? We were cleaning out the locker room last week. What do you mean your manager, dude?
Your pads are still here.
Yeah, your pads are still here. Come get your cleats from my house. What do you mean you got a manager, dude? My manager says it's not good. This is the second song you've ever written.
So I'm back in Pennsylvania. And I'm like, we didn't have a demo or anything for it. So again, I go into my little studio room that I made.
Yeah.
And I just start singing and mess around and make my own little demo.
Yeah.
So I hop on TikTok and I post my little demo version. And
did you have a following on TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay, you did.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I had a decent following. I mean,
just making covers.
Yeah. At that time,
yeah.
I probably had over, what do you think, Charlie? 250,000?
And there was no.
Yeah, in that wheelhouse.
There's no lacrosse fit checks all the way at the beginning. Nope. It wasn't even around.
Nope. It was straight music from the beginning, dude.
All right. Yeah.
And so, long story short, it does okay. There was comments about like, oh, this is cool. Like, this is one of your songs. I'm like, yeah, I just wrote it. Hope y'all like it. So time passes. And then I do it again. But I do it in the stairwell. And I'm messing around. And people are like, this is sick. Like, what is this? I was like, this is my original song, Ride the Lightning. Thinking about recording it. So he books a studio date. Me, him. We go into a studio. And it's a sound engineer. Just the three of us. I go into a booth with one microphone for my guitar. I sing the song as a one take 3 times through. That's it. Whole way through.
So this is like a 15-minute studio session.
The guy, the guy sends us back a mix.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even have a guitar player at the time. It was just me and a guitar and singing. Guy sends us back a mix. We get it mastered with a $10 software online.
Unbelievable, man. That's unbelievable.
Like I'm now spending $1,000. You know what I mean? Like more, if not more, for masters for songs now.
Yeah.
So we have no idea what we're doing. I'm like, okay, I got it now. I'm gonna tease this. Little did we think that I'd post it and the first video would have like 4 million views, and it it popped off.
Yeah.
And him and I are talking in his house, like we don't even have artwork for this. We don't have a pre-save link. Like, so in the span of me posting it, we got it up in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And boom, and it was off to the races.
And somebody got to go, what's a pre-save link? Or like you got to figure out how all of it out with DistroKid or we used to put out some music too, and you got to go figure, well, how did you guys get the thing? And you got to look around. You just got to be curious about it.
Yeah.
Was there? I know we're trying to wrap up, but now I'm locked in on this story. Yeah. Was there like a post-release feeling of like, oh, now what? Like my second song I ever wrote just exploded. What do I do now?
So that is a mindset that can be crippling.
And I did guys like us.
Oh, dang.
No.
Dang. Dang.
Yeah, well, your name should be changed.
Like,
change your name.
That's where you've gone wrong.
Yeah.
This is David.
So that's where I thought about changing my name and starting over.
After I went to your show and it was terrible. Yeah.
I know. I just wanted you to tell them. What do you think?
Because I
know, obviously.
Hold on. What mindset is crippling?
Mine.
How many songs do I have more to do? Like us.
Yeah.
That's a very valid question. And
don't affirm me now, dude. I'm just doing my job. I'm just asking a good question so you can give a great answer.
Your feelings are valid.
Yeah.
Your PR's in the room. I know they want you to give this answer. Here it is, man.
It's for the clips, man.
That's hilarious, dude.
All that being said, there is a pressure of like, there's an excitement, there's an adrenaline rush of seeing the millions of views on socials, the tens of thousands of videos being made to your song, to famous people hearing your song, using your song, to seeing just the streams just absolutely being massive on release week and just continuously compounding. So yeah, the next song I put out was a little deflating, but it's just like, you're not going to write a hit every single time. Like it's not built that way. It's hard. It's hard. I got very fortunate, and I don't even like to say luck. You know what I like to say, and you'll love this as a Christian. God's favor.
Amen, brother.
God's favor. I believe that's part of my story. That is part of my story, and that was meant to happen for me to slingshot me into believing in myself and being like, this is what you're meant to do. Yeah. Go chase after it. But yes, to answer you, my next song came out, and you're almost kind of like, well, this one was so massive. Why don't you guys like this one as much? So it was a learning curve. And then it was just the mindset of building the career brick by brick. And me and my manager have a philosophy that not every song is going to be a grand slam. Yeah. But if you can go ahead and hit a double, or your song can be a triple, or you know what I mean? Like just getting the content out there, getting the music, getting the fans to continuously buy in.
Sack fly.
Yeah, just
get the runners over.
Just get on base, man.
I'm out, but I advanced the runner.
It's really technical.
It's but it's a good perspective to have. Yeah. It's like, okay, not every song is gonna go uber viral on social media, but that doesn't mean that it's not a great song. That doesn't mean it doesn't mean something to you, and it's a part of you, your art, how you're feeling. It's just it is a competitive market now.
I was talking to an artist. I gotta say his name, but it's his last album. He said it was the album before was great. Last album was not good. People didn't like it. They didn't rock with it. It was the next album. And I go, well, yeah, the last one wasn't a failure. You had to go through that album to get to the next one. Yep. Yeah, it's not it's a waste. I shouldn't have put that out because when I have viral videos, it is the next thing you put out is the scariest.
Yep.
Because you're like, well, I can't match that. We're like, I think I've learned the best thing to do is just get something out.
Yeah.
The next week or something, just so we're like, all right, that can keep doing what it's doing. But it paralyzed me. The first video that ever paralyzed me.
But that being said, what you're saying is that is why people aren't finding success, because they're allowing that mindset to cripple them, and they're being, oh, it's the algorithm's fault or whatever. And it's like, there's so many pieces of content that I put out that I think are great, or the transition's amazing, or whatever it is, and it doesn't, and it's not millions of views, and it's a flop, or whatever you want to call a flop, but it's like, guess what? That is still content living on social media. I don't care if it got in front of 50,000 eyes, not numerous of millions, but guess what? I'm still feeding the fan base, and they're feeling seen, and they're feeling heard, and they are still watching the footage, and they're continuously falling more in love and buying into me.
Yeah. And I feel like we all, as you mature as an artist, you're like, what you're doing at 30 is going to be different than what you were doing at 20. But you're like, well, at the time, that was but you have to grow. We've seen artists that haven't grown.
Yeah.
Or that haven't, they're still doing that 90s country stuff. We're like, we're not really rock with that stuff anymore.
A great example of it is you'll hear this all the time when it comes to music of, oh, well, his last album was great. Or, I missed the 2010 version of him or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, let me go talk to someone else. Oh, I love his new stuff.
Yeah.
But I also love his old stuff. Yeah. So it's just like, it's a part of growing.
Yeah.
Morgan Wallen's a great example. He put out the Dangerous album, which I think is an absolutely phenomenal album. Yep. Puts out one thing at a time, and there's, this stinks and compared to this or whatever. It's like, well, sitting at number 1 on Billboard for the last however many weeks.
How you gonna top that?
I'm like, yeah, I know, it must really suck.
Yeah, it must be tough.
There's definitely people out there not listening to it, right? So the reality is that that's another thing that people need to remember too. Not everyone's gonna love you,
Alex.
Not everyone's gonna like you.
Writing this down. Yeah.
And not everyone's gonna root for you.
Yeah.
As long as you believe you and you love the person looking back at you in the mirror, you only have to believe in yourself, man.
Hey, bro. Yeah, didn't Drake put out like an EDM album?
Yeah.
Like a year, and everyone's like, what? And he goes, well, I wanted to make this.
Yeah.
So
it's art.
It's not a flop. Nothing would be. If you look at it that way, there is no failure.
No. It's just something that he was inspired by at that point in time.
Things could have more commercial success
yes.
than others, but nothing as an artist would be a failure. No tour is a failure.
Yeah.
No, if you learn something from it. Yeah.
100%.
Well, awesome, dude. You made a lot of fans out of us. And if you come, how do they get to the meet and greet? I want people to come to the meet and greet. They were like, dude, we saw you on Net Positive.
Mm-hmm.
It's still available or no?
Sold out? Yeah, there's tickets online for my upcoming tour here. For when you guys go buy tickets, you guys can come.
And the Pinnacle's a sweet venue. We live in Nashville, but this is everywhere.
I'm excited for that.
I got one more question.
Let's hear it.
As a super fan, ever gone and found the stairwell?
I don't know.
Great question.
Have you said where it is?
I don't know. No.
Is it public? Is it a public place?
It is, and I've never said where. I don't know.
Oh, they don't know.
Found anyone that's gone and like.
Can we say what city it's in or no?
It's here in Nashville.
It's in Nashville.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna figure out the. Do you have a clue? Is it a public place?
I mean, it's in all his videos.
Public
Just leave it there.
Ish.
We should get that one TikToker that like.
We can play it. We can play it.
Like you show them anywhere in the world where.
Yeah. We'll give it to that guy. Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's cool.
Yeah, we give it to that guy. That's a great idea. Yeah, you don't need us for that.
We'll text him. Yeah, we'll get it.
So it's in Nashville.
Yes.
Interesting. There was a super fan. When's the show at the Pinnacle?
27.
All right, we're gonna have a fan in here. We're gonna have a fan listen to this. That'll come to the show with found in that staircase for sure. What do they get? The first one to get it?
Oh,
a shirtless photo with Warren Zeiders. I can't promise that. Well, dude, thanks for coming by, brother.
Appreciate
Made
it,
a fan
man.
out of us, dude. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, sure, it was a little weird, but on the net, it was a positive. It was a positive. You cannot be serious. On the net, it's a positive.